Hi guys, we're on the range at the moment and the course is closed for the next 3 or 4 days, so I just thought I would use the time wisely to do a couple of videos. So I just done one a couple of minutes ago on poor body release, so poor fall through. This time I'm going to talk about three of the biggest misconceptions in golf, and that is related to technical aspect of it. So what I'm going to do is talk about keeping your head down, keeping your left arm straight and swinging slower. So the first one I'm going to talk about can be misleading sometimes. So what tends to happen is if you get a lot of golfers, I've played a lot of golf with a lot of high handicappers in the past, and what tends to happen is they've got a shot into a par 5 and they're hitting a 3-wood and they top the golf ball. So they top the golf ball and what they tend to say is, oh, you lifted your head. So they are too focused on trying to keep their head down to sort of counteract that, so rectify that. So what they tend to do is they keep their head down, but if you keep your head down, I can't see where I'm going. So what they do is they keep their head down, and from this position it's going to inhibit a poor body turn. So I take the club back. As you can see, my left arm can't rotate much because I'm more focused on the point of the golf ball. So from this position I try and take my shoulders, I can't fully turn, and from this position I see a lot of errors. So you get in this position where the arms aren't working correctly and the body's not working correctly, so you don't create much compression on the golf ball. So if you struggle with hitting down on the golf ball, or I wouldn't say hitting down on the golf ball is a bit misleading, so it's compressing it a little bit more to get that ball to go up in the air. So if you do hit the ball quite low from that position, the chances are that you're not actually compressing the golf ball because you're more worried about keeping your head down, and from that position you can't create much extension through the golf ball. So from this you go like this, the left arm buckles up, you don't create much coil at all because you're so focused on trying to keep your head down. And that's one of the other things. So what you need to do is try and, if I swing back, if you see all the good players, what they do is they push into the ground, so their head naturally comes up the way. So they push into the ground. You see that squat position, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, all the good players, Charles Schwartzel, you name them, they all have this squat position where they sort of push up from the ground and they create all that energy, the kinematic sequence. That's why they hit the ball so far. Many golfers who keep their head down don't create that energy at all. Their arms are just working independently, and from this position they don't use their lower body and they come into impact. Another thing that's a bit misleading is when people try and keep their left arm straight. So when they try and keep their left arm straight, so from this position they try and keep their left arm straight, that can create a lot of tension. So when you try and keep your left arm straight, my arm feels like it's not going to release properly from this position. My left arm, my right wrist creates a lot of tension. From there my grip's quite tight, so my wrists stiffen, and from here I can't cock my wrists. So if I feel like I'm trying to keep my left arm straight, I get this position where I'm trying to keep my arms straight as possible, and look how short my swing is. That can create a short backswing, can create a lot of casting early, it can create the club to bottom out early. So as you get to the top of the backswing, I can't cock my wrists, so I can't wind up and I can't unwind as I come down. So I try and keep my left arm straight, I lift up, lift out my posture, come out my posture, so I've lost all that energy. And I'll show you this position. So I'll hit a shot, so take the arm straight back, don't create much of a shoulder turn, my wrists don't hinge, and as I come down my swing's a little bit shorter. From here I can't release the club, so what I do is I flip it or cast it. So in this, so take the club back, then I have to force my body back to actually hit the golf ball. So another thing we'll talk about is swing slow to create more consistency. I would say swing slow is probably one of the biggest misconceptions related to the golf swing. So if you look at any good players on tour, I mean Ernie Els' swing, Ernie Els' club head speed's up there at 112, 113. I'm maybe on that sort of proximity, but I'm not entirely sure what his club head speed is. But another thing that tends to happen is people try and hit the golf ball. So when they try and take the club back in the backswing, they take the club back too fast, so they realise they're in a bit of a predicament here. So what happens is they slow down into impact, so they don't hit the ball that far, and they slice the golf ball if not, and they cast it if anything. So any good player, so you look at Ernie Els, his timing is impeccable. His ball striking is unbelievable. I mean, we'd all love to have a swing like Ernie Els or Adam Scott, but they swing the club, their timing is so good that they don't need to worry about so much club head speed. It's not so much the speed of the swing they're worrying about, it's how their body works as a unit with the club. So there's none of this where their arms are out racing their upper body, and as they come back down, their body's stuck, the arms take over. There's none of that. So if you're in a round of golf and you're struggling, so you're steering it to the right, more often than not, if you're in a good round and you're struggling towards the end of your round, you're hitting it right, there's a good chance that you're decelerating impact. I've always told that if you're on a good score, you should always hit the driver hard, and that's quite a good tip that I've learned, because if you hit the driver hard, you don't need to worry about coming out the shot early, so you're coming out the shot, you're hitting it right. You don't need to worry about this flipping the hands over because your body's not as quick as your hands. So I think you should hit the ball hard, because it knows that you're committing to the shot. So if you do hit a bad shot, it's not so much about the timing of your swing, it could be an error that needs to be rectified. So what you need to do, 3 things we've talked about. Keeping your head down, which is misleading, so if you keep your head down, that inhibits a poor body turn and a poor release, and we get that casting action, we don't create enough energy from the ground up the way. So a lot of golfers rise up as they hit the shot. So another thing, bent left arm, or straight left arm, try to keep that straight as possible. If I try and keep that straight as possible, I can't fully hinge my wrists on the way back. I can't really turn. So you get this thing that's called alligator arms. So if you grip the club too tightly, you get alligator arms. Alligator arms are quite short, so your arms come up quite quickly, you create a short backswing. So what I'm trying to insinuate here is try and keep your left arm soft and your grip light. That'll get your left arm sort of keeping as straight as possible. And another thing that is, hit the ball hard. You need to slow your swing down. You need to try and hit the ball hard, because if you hit the ball hard, then you know you're committing to the shot. So if you do struggle hitting it right in towards the end of your round and you're on score, you will get that anxiety about having a good score finish and not making any mistakes. But you need to try and hit the ball hard to commit to it. So if you try and hit the ball hard, then you know if you've hit a bad shot, then you've sort of prepared well for it. So you've not done this where you've got top bats and slowed down, then you don't create enough energy, don't hit the ball with enough power. So head up instead of head down, left arm soft instead of trying to keep it rigidly straight, and also swing hard. You don't have to swing soft all the time. And there we go. So that's 3 of the biggest misconceptions in golf that plague higher handicappers. So it's not, I wouldn't say these are fundamentals of golf, so it's not really much to worry about. It's what you're doing it's what you're doing before impact that's causing a lot of errors. So posture, ball position, weight distribution, aim, alignment and grip. Look at the fundamentals if you are struggling with certain aspects of the swing. So if you like what you see here, post a comment below. So there's a box below that you can post a comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's free of charge, free subscription at Jamie Allan Golf, and I've got 2 other social media platforms at Jamie Allan Golf on Facebook and Twitter at Jamie Allan Golf. Thank you.